Hey everybody, Geoff here from Outseta. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can apply some visual styling to text on a Webflow page. So if you go to outseta.com and Webflow, recently I was working on a new version of this page and I wanted to visually call out some of the text. So if you look here where it says membership business, we've bolded that text and we've circled it with kind of this yellow visual treatment. And that's something that you'll see throughout this page. There's other instances here where we use that same circle treatment. Here I've got kind of this wiggly line underlining some text. In all these cases, we're just trying to sort of emphasize a point. So as I was working on this page, I said to myself, man, there's some text here that I want to highlight. I want to give this sort of visual treatment to call it out. How do I go ahead and do that? That's not something I know how to do in Webflow. So I asked James, our design lead, and he taught me, and that's what I'm going to teach you in this video here today. So first thing, how did I try to figure this out on my own? I came into the actual page and I found an instance of that text, and I just highlighted that text. And first of all, I have to select it. Once I highlighted that text, I could see here that it said wrap with span, and there's also some formatting applied to the text. So I said to myself, okay, I know there needs to be some formatting applied. I don't really know what a span is. And I also looked up here, I figured the selector might have applied some sort of class to this text specifically, but that didn't really give me any clues. This text size medium is not what's getting applied to this text. So I was kind of unsure of how to do this. I reached out to James and he kind of explained these concepts to me. So I'll show you how you can go ahead and do the same thing. First of all, what is a span? A span is just a way to select and style an inline element. Typically, that's going to be some text on a page as we're doing here. So if you do want to style text, you do need to apply a span, and then we will come up here and apply the appropriate classes. So let's say, for example, we wanted to apply some treatment to the words membership features. I'm going to select them. I'm going to click wrap with span. And now that I've selected that text, I can add classes here. And there's a couple different classes that I'm going to want to add. But the first is I'm going to type text highlight. This basically lets us know that we're going to be highlighting this little block of text. And now if I come here and I just click back in the selector box, you can see it's going to populate some additional classes that are often used alongside the text highlight feature. So in this case, let's say I want a wiggly underline. So that gives it the wiggly underline. And then I'm going to do this one more time. And another one that frequently gets used is weight bold. That kind of gives the text that bold feature. So those are the three classes, or the combo class that I applied. We're highlighting text, we're giving it that wiggly underline, and we're giving it that bold weight. And that's something that you can use throughout the page to visually call attention to specific text like this. So my second question for James was, how do these classes actually get created? In the case of like the wiggly underline, that's actually a class that James created specifically for our site. But the weight bold, for example, is coming from a framework called Hatch, which is basically just a bunch of ready-to-use classes that you can import onto any Webflow project and then use. So if you want the ability to add some of this type of styling and you haven't created your own classes already, Hatch is a great place to start. But ultimately, this visual treatment was a result of some classes from Hatch, as well as some classes that James created specifically for our site. I hope this helps. And if you're trying to draw some visual attention to text on a page, this is a great way to do it.